Today I'm making tomato sauce with mostly San Marzano tomatoes. And it's been a little bit of a battle with the birds, so I've been having to pick them when they just start to ripen and then bring them up here and put them under a cage or inside in the box. I know that it's been a bit of a challenge for lots of gardeners this season, but I've done pretty well. I threw the shade cloth over the tomatoes that would initiate the ripening phase, and then also bird netting once I realized the birds were just attacking all of my tomatoes. So now I can leave them vine ripen, which I'm doing so that I, save the space that I have in my house. And it's to the point now where the plants are dying back. Throwing the shade cloth over kind of initiated like that next phase for the plant to realize that it's done its job. Also, you can see that I've done a lot less pretty gardening this year. Like, I've been less worried about how many weeds come up, and as long as it's not taking nutrients away from the plants, I've been okay with it. And quite honestly, I'm just trying to save myself the burnout that I've experienced in past years from just completely overdoing it and spending way too much time gardening and then hating it and then not wanting to do it the next year. I didn't want to do that to myself. But yeah, you can see these guys. Lots and lots. I've gotten over 100 pounds of tomatoes. My sunflowers are just starting to bloom in the garden. They didn't get as tall, but that's okay. I put sunflowers everywhere this year, so this is not my biggest ones. I have really giant ones elsewhere. I've gotten some really nice peppers, but like overall, I only have these 2 pepper plants, and they're really starting to produce. So it looks like August is going to be their time to shine. The cucumbers are just now starting to peter out. Like, I was picking 10-pound grocery bags at a time every 2 days. And so it got to the point where I couldn't even give away the cucumbers. I mean, fresh, organic, pickling cucumbers. And I just couldn't give them away. So I did end up, I think, throwing out about a 10-pound bag to my chickens. So I'm letting them grow great big and oversized for seed collection, and that tells the plant that, hey, it's going to seed, it's time to stop producing. That way I don't have a whole bunch of waste, but I've given them to everybody that I can possibly think of. And then the same with the beans. Like, they're gigantic and I'm sure they're really great for pickling, but I just didn't feel like doing that with them, so I'm just letting them get really big and go to seed. I grew them mostly for the red flowers. Letting them get big like this and mature does shut down the bean production. I could pick them all off and keep the blooms going, but I just don't have the energy for it. My corn is still going strong down there, but as you can see here, I have quite a big garden going. And I'm really happy to be wrapping up the main part of the production here in mid-August. It's a whole month early because now I have to focus on all of the canning, and that takes a lot of energy, so I don't want to be managing a growing garden all at the same time. Now, my sugar pumpkins, so far I've harvested about 50 pounds of sugar pumpkins and pie pumpkins. And this just happened within the last 2 days of all this rain. Developed a fungus, and I was really hoping to get at least as much more out of these guys. I don't know that that's going to happen now that they've developed fungus and started looking dead overnight, but we've had nothing but rain. It's a good thing we have raised beds because the garden ground here has been mostly a swamp all summer long, with the exception of about 3 weeks. It's the only way I know that I've been able to achieve what I was able to this year's, while everybody else, seemed to really struggle. So here's most of the pumpkins that I harvested so far. For their sugar and pie pumpkins that I'm going to can as pumpkin puree. And if I need to, I will just go ahead and pick the remaining pumpkins that are out there. There's at least as many as what's sitting here. And again, here's another 10-12 pound bag of cucumbers. I've already canned a ton of dill pickles. So here's some of my giant sunflowers. This guy is over 6 feet tall. And at this point, I'm really just trying to keep myself from burning out from all of the work, really focusing on quality over just quantity of how much I can produce. That's really where I am at this point. Just like I simply want to perfect my methods and really enjoy the finer things about gardening.